We were standing in the Ljubljana airport terminal, boarding passes in hand, bags checked, ready to finally board the flight that would take us to São Paulo. After months of delays, detours, and unexpected stops, this was it. In 3 hours, we'd be in the air. In 12 hours, we'd land in Brazil and our new life would begin. Mariana was nervously playing with the promise ring on her finger, a habit she developed over the past few days. She was excited but anxious, about to introduce me to her family, her city, her entire world. I was trying to project confidence I didn't entirely feel, ready to step into the unknown but aware of just how much unknown there was. Gate 23, I said, checking our boarding passes. We should head there now. They'll start boarding in about 20 minutes. I can't believe this is really happening, Mariana said. After everything, after Naples, after Milan, after Slovenia, we're actually going. We're actually going. As we started walking toward security, a woman approached us. She was probably in her 50s, well-dressed, carrying a small silver tray with an envelope on it. "Excuse me," she said in accented English. "Are you Peter Matthews?" "Yes," I said cautiously. "This is for you. It was delivered to the airport this morning with instructions to give it to you before your flight." She handed me the envelope and walked away before I could ask any questions. The envelope was beautiful, thick, cream-colored paper, sealed with actual wax, old-fashioned in a way that felt deliberately theatrical. My name was written in elegant calligraphy on the front. "What is it?" Mariana asked. "I have no idea." I broke the wax seal and opened it. Inside was a card with ornate borders and a message written in the same elegant hand. "Peter, 7 months ago, you left Chicago searching for something you couldn't name. You found it love, purpose, courage. I'm happy for you, truly. But before you disappear to South America, there's something you need to know. Something about why we ended. Something about who you really are. I've arranged a special experience in Budapest, a mystery train journey for 3. You, Mariana, and your friend Kevin, who's already there, waiting. It's a game, a puzzle, an adventure. But it's also truth. The train departs tonight at 8 p.m. from Keleti Station, Platform 9. 3 tickets are enclosed. Come or don't, your choice. But if you want answers about the past before you step into the future, this is your only chance. The game begins at sunset. 3 tickets fell out of the envelope. Beautiful vintage-style train tickets printed on thick cardstock, each embossed with a golden seal. Mariana read over my shoulder. "S? Who is S?" My heart was pounding. "Sophia, my ex-girlfriend. From Chicago." "Your ex-girlfriend? The one you mentioned once in Porto? The one you were with for 2 years?" "Yeah, that's Sophia. She sent you tickets for a mystery train in Budapest?" Mariana's voice was carefully controlled, but I could hear the edge in it. "For us and Kevin? Apparently Kevin is already there. How does she even know about Kevin?" "Peter, this is insane. We're about to board a flight to Brazil. We can't just go to Budapest because your ex-girlfriend sent a mysterious invitation." My phone rang. Kevin's name on the screen. "Kevin? What's going on?" "Peter, dude, thank God. Listen, I'm in Budapest. I know this is crazy, but Sophia contacted me last week. She tracked me down through Instagram. Apparently we have mutual friends from that hostel in Athens. She told me about this mystery train thing, said it was important, said you needed to do this before going to Brazil. She paid for my flight here, put me up in a hotel, the whole thing. And Peter, I met her yesterday. She's really sincere about this. Whatever she wants to tell you, it's important. Kevin, we're literally about to board." "I know, but she said this is about closure, about giving you answers you never got when you two broke up. And honestly, man, after everything we've been through together, don't you think you owe it to yourself to understand your past before you move forward? Plus, it sounds like an amazing experience. This mystery train thing is supposed to be incredible, like an immersive theater experience on a vintage train. World-class actors, elaborate puzzles, the whole thing." I looked at Mariana. Her expression was unreadable. "Can you give me a minute, Kevin?" "Sure, but Peter, the train leaves at 8 tonight. If you're coming, you need to decide now. I hung up and turned to Mariana. I don't know what to say. Do you want to go? She asked quietly. I don't know. Part of me is curious about what Sophia wants to tell me. We broke up 3 years ago, and I never really understood why. She just said we'd grown apart, that she needed something different. But it always felt like there was more to it. And the other part of you? The other part wants to get on our flight to São Paulo like we planned. Wants to stop having detours and delays and ghosts from the past showing up. Wants to just move forward with you and not look back. Mariana was quiet for a long moment, looking down at the tickets in my hand. Can I be completely honest? She finally said. Please. I'm threatened by this. I'm jealous and insecure, and I hate that your ex-girlfriend is inserting herself into our lives right now, at this exact moment. I hate that she somehow knows about Kevin and knows about us and has orchestrated this whole thing. It feels manipulative. It does feel manipulative. But, Mariana continued, I also know that you have unresolved things from your past. I know you left Chicago running away from something, and maybe part of what you were running from was the confusion about why your relationship with Sophia ended. And if we go to Brazil with that still hanging over you, it might follow us there. It might become a ghost that haunts our relationship. So what do you think we should do? She looked up at me, and I saw fear in her eyes but also strength. I think we go to Budapest. We do this mystery train thing. We hear whatever Sophia needs to tell you, and then we close that door completely and get on the next flight to São Paulo. But Peter, I need you to promise me something. Anything. Whatever happens on that train, whatever Sophia says or reveals or wants, you're coming to Brazil with me afterward. This isn't an opportunity for you to reconsider us or go back to her or choose some different path. This is closure only. Agreed. Agreed. Mariana, there is zero chance of me choosing anything other than you. I love you. I'm committed to us. This is just about understanding my past so it doesn't interfere with our future. Okay, then let's go to Budapest. We canceled our flight, again, for the second time in 2 days, and booked new tickets to Budapest. The airline agent looked at us with barely concealed judgment as we paid yet another change fee. I was burning through money at an alarming rate, but what choice did we have? The flight to Budapest was tense. Mariana held my hand but was mostly quiet, lost in her own thoughts. I kept reading Sophia's note, trying to parse what she meant. Something about who you really are. What did that mean? And how had she found Kevin? How did she know we were going to Brazil? Budapest appeared below us as we descended, the Danube River cutting through the city, the magnificent parliament building on the Pest side, Buda Castle on the opposite hill. It was late afternoon, the autumn sun painting everything gold. We had about 3 hours before the train departed. Kevin met us at the airport, looking excited but also nervous. He gave me a huge hug, then hugged Mariana. I'm sorry for the chaos, he said. I know this is weird, but Peter, I really think you need to do this. Sophia seems like she genuinely wants to help you find closure. Have you talked to her a lot? Mariana asked, and there was an edge to her voice. Just a few times. She reached out last week, explained the situation, offered to fly me here. She was very respectful about you guys. She knows Peter's moved on. She knows you're together. She's not trying to interfere. She just has something she needs to tell him. Then why the elaborate mystery train setup? I asked. Why not just call me and tell me whatever it is? She said it needs to be experienced, not just told. I don't really understand it either, but I guess we'll find out. We checked into a hotel near Kelly station, dropped our bags, and had a quick dinner at a restaurant nearby. None of us ate much. The anticipation was too intense. At 7:30, we walked to the station. Kelly was beautiful, grand 19th century architecture, soaring ceilings, platforms busy with regular evening commuter traffic. But Platform 9, where our tickets directed us, was separated from the main station by a wall and a locked gate. At exactly 7:45, a man in a vintage conductor's uniform appeared and unlocked the gate. "Good evening," he said in perfect English with a slight British accent. "Welcome to the Orient Express mystery experience. May I see your tickets?" We showed him the embossed tickets. He examined them carefully, then smiled. Excellent. Please follow me. Beyond the gate was a different world. The platform was decorated like something from the 1920s. Vintage luggage stacked artfully, period-appropriate advertisements on the walls. Even the lighting was designed to look like old gas lamps. And the train itself was magnificent. A restored vintage locomotive pulling for elegant passenger cars, all painted in deep blue and gold. "This is incredible," Kevin breathed. Other passengers were arriving now, maybe 20 people total, all dressed elegantly, clearly excited about the experience. Some were couples, some were small groups. Everyone had the same kind of elaborate tickets we did. The conductor checked everyone in, then addressed us as a group. "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Orient Express Mystery Experience. Over the next 4 hours, you will be transported, quite literally, into a world of intrigue, puzzles, and revelation. This is not merely theater. This is immersive reality. The characters you meet are playing roles, yes, but the emotions and truths revealed are very real. Your task is to solve the central mystery. Who killed Leopold Ashford, and why? But as you solve that mystery, you may also solve mysteries about yourselves. Please, board." We climbed aboard and found ourselves in a luxuriously appointed passenger car. All velvet seats, polished wood, and brass fixtures. Each compartment had a number, and our tickets directed us to compartment 7. Inside, we found a small table set with champagne in an ice bucket, 3 crystal glasses, and an envelope marked, "Begin here." Mariana opened it while I poured the champagne. Inside was a card with our first puzzle. "Welcome, travelers. You've boarded a train bound for truth. But truth, like this journey, has many stops along the way. Your first clue. In this compartment, something doesn't belong. Find it and you'll understand why you're really here. Look closely. The past is hidden in plain sight." Kevin immediately started searching, checking under seats, examining the fixtures, looking for hidden compartments. Mariana and I looked around more carefully. The compartment was decorated with period-appropriate details. Vintage travel posters on the walls, old books on a shelf, a gramophone in the corner. Everything looked authentic to the 1920s era, except one thing. On the shelf, among the antique books, was a modern paperback. And not just any book, it was a psychology textbook titled The Architecture of Self-Deception. How We Lie to Ourselves. "That doesn't belong," I said, pulling it out. Inside the front cover was a handwritten note. "Peter, 3 years ago I ended our relationship. I told you we'd grown apart. That was a lie I told you and a lie I told myself. The truth is more complicated, and you deserve to know it. Continue through the train. Solve the mystery, and at the end we'll talk. The game has begun." At that moment, there was a knock on our compartment door. A woman in a 1920s evening gown entered. She was probably 30, beautiful, playing the role of a wealthy passenger. "Excuse me," she said in a posh British accent. "I'm Lady Catherine Ashford. I'm afraid my husband Leopold has been murdered, and I've been told you 3 are detectives who can help. Will you help me find out who killed him?" This was the game, the murder mystery overlay. But underneath it, I realized, was another mystery. Sophia's mystery, her truth. "We'll help," I told Lady Catherine. For the next 2 hours, we moved through the train, meeting characters, solving puzzles, gathering clues about the fictional murder of Leopold Ashford. It was brilliantly done, world-class actors, intricate puzzles, production values that must have cost a fortune. But woven through the murder mystery was another thread, Sophia's thread. Every time we solved a puzzle, we found another note from her. Another piece of the truth she wanted to tell me. "Peter, I loved you, really loved you, but I was scared of that love because it meant choosing between you and something else I wanted. I chose wrong. I'm sorry. You asked me once if I was happy. I said yes. That was lie number 17 in our relationship. I counted them all. The night I ended things, I was pregnant. You never knew. I lost the baby 2 weeks later. I never told you because I thought it would be cruel to tell you about something you'd never have. That last note hit me like a physical blow. I had to sit down. Mariana read over my shoulder and put her hand on my back. "Peter," she whispered. "I'm so sorry." Kevin looked devastated. "Man, I had no idea. She never told me any of this." We were in the third passenger car now, and the murder mystery was reaching its climax. Lady Catherine had gathered all the passengers in the elegant dining car, and the detective character was dramatically revealing the solution. The killer was Leopold's business partner, motivated by greed and jealousy. Everyone applauded as the actor took a bow. But then Lady Catherine, the actress playing her, looked directly at me. "Peter Matthews," she said, dropping the British accent. "There's someone who'd like to speak with you, in the observation car at the rear of the train. Alone, please." Mariana's hand tightened on mine. "I'm coming with you. The invitation is for Peter alone," the actress said gently. "But please, trust that this is important, and that he'll return to you." I looked at Mariana. "I'll be right back. I promise." "Peter." I need to hear whatever she has to say. "But then I'm coming back to you and we're going to São Paulo, and this chapter closes forever. Okay?" She nodded, though she looked terrified. I walked through the train to the observation car at the rear. A beautiful glass-enclosed space with panoramic views of the Hungarian countryside racing past in the darkness. Sophia was standing there, looking out at the night. She turned when I entered, and my breath caught. She looked almost exactly like I remembered. Dark hair, intelligent eyes, that slight smile that had first attracted me years ago. But she also looked older, sadder, like life had been harder than she'd expected. "Hello, Peter." "Sophia, this is quite the production. I wanted to do something memorable, something you wouldn't forget. Sit with me." We sat in the plush observation car seats, and for a moment neither of us spoke. The train rumbled beneath us, carrying us through the night. "Why?" I finally asked. "Why all of this? Why now?" "Because you're about to start a new life with someone you love, and you deserve to do that without carrying confusion about us. You deserve to understand what really happened. You were pregnant." "Yes, for about 6 weeks. I found out 2 days before I ended things with you. And Peter," I panicked. I was terrified. We were young, you were working in that morally gray job. I was trying to build my career, and suddenly there was this massive responsibility that neither of us was ready for. "You should have told me." "I know, but I was scared you'd want to keep it, that you'd want to get married and play house and give up everything for a baby we weren't ready for. So I made the decision alone. I ended our relationship, told you we'd grown apart, and then I went to a clinic in Michigan where no one knew me." She was crying now, tears streaming down her face. "But I never went through with it. I sat in the waiting room for 2 hours and I couldn't do it. I left and decided I'd figure it out somehow. I'd raise the baby alone if I had to, and then 2 weeks later I miscarried. Natural miscarriage. My body made the decision that I couldn't make." "Jesus, Sophia." And the worst part, the part that's haunted me for 3 years, is that I felt relieved. I was devastated and relieved at the same time. What kind of person does that make me? It makes you human. I never told you because I thought it would be cruel. You'd lost something you never knew you had. How do you tell someone that? But then I saw on social media that you'd left Chicago, that you were traveling through Europe, that you seemed happy for the first time in years. And I realized I'd been carrying this secret like a weight, and maybe you deserve to know. Maybe the not knowing was worse than the knowing. I didn't know what to say. Part of me was angry. Angry that she'd made those decisions alone. Angry that she'd lied. Angry that she'd carried this for 3 years without telling me. But part of me understood. We'd been young and scared and doing our best with impossible situations. "Why bring Mariana into this?" I asked. "Why Kevin? Why make this a public thing instead of just calling me?" "Because I needed to see you face to face. And I needed you to have support, people who love you when I told you this. I didn't want you to be alone when you learned about the pregnancy and the miscarriage. I wanted Kevin there because he's your brother, and I wanted Mariana there because she's your future. And I wanted to give you something beautiful. This experience, this night, to balance the sadness of what I had to tell you. This must have cost a fortune." She smiled through her tears. "I got a promotion last year. senior partner at my firm. Turns out that career I was so worried about protecting, it worked out, but it didn't make me happy. Success without love is just empty. You figured that out and left Chicago. I'm still there, still working 80-hour weeks, still alone. You were smarter than me, Peter. You chose life over success. So what now? Why tell me all this now, right before I moved to Brazil? Because I needed you to understand something. When I ended our relationship, I told you that you weren't enough, that we'd grown apart, that I needed something different. But the truth is, you were more than enough. You were everything I wanted. I was just too scared and selfish to choose it. And I didn't want you to carry any belief that you were somehow insufficient, somehow not worthy of the love you found with Mariana. She took my hand, and it felt strange, familiar but also distant, like touching a memory. Peter Matthews, you are worthy of love. You are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of the beautiful life you're building with that woman in the next car. And if I contributed to any doubt in your mind about that, I needed to fix it before you moved forward. Because you deserve to step into your future without any shadows from me darkening it. Thank you, I said, and I meant it, for telling me, for doing all this. I know it couldn't have been easy. It wasn't, but it was necessary. For both of us. We sat in silence for a few more minutes, watching Hungary slide past in the darkness. The train was beginning to slow. We'd be back at Keleti station soon, and this strange night would end. Can I ask you something? Sophia said. Of course. Are you happy? Really happy? With Mariana? With the life you're building? I thought about the past 7 months. Leaving Chicago, traveling through Europe, solving mysteries, finding love, making promises on bridges and by lakes. All the fear and uncertainty and chaos. Yes, I said simply. I'm happy, really happy. For the first time in my life, I'm living instead of just existing. Good. That's all I wanted to know. She stood up. Go back to her, Peter. Go back to Mariana and Kevin. Finish your journey. Go to Brazil. Build something beautiful. And maybe someday, when you're settled and happy and secure, send me a postcard. Let me know you made it. I will. She hugged me. A real hug, full of genuine affection and goodbye. Then she pulled back and smiled. The train will arrive in 10 minutes. This is where I get off, metaphorically and literally. There's a car waiting to take me to the airport. I'm flying back to Chicago tonight, but you three will have a car waiting to take you to your hotel. And Peter, your flight to São Paulo has been rebooked for tomorrow afternoon. First class for all three of you. My treat. Consider it a wedding gift, even though you're not married yet. Sophia, go. She's waiting for you. And Peter, don't waste any more time. Life is too short for hesitation. I walked back through the train, my mind spinning with everything I just learned. The pregnancy, the miscarriage, the fear and relief and guilt and pain that Sophia had been carrying. The truth about why we'd ended. The confirmation that I hadn't been insufficient. I'd been more than enough, but she'd been too scared to choose it. Mariana and Kevin were waiting in the compartment, both looking anxious. When I entered, Mariana stood immediately. Are you okay? She asked. I'm okay. Better than okay, actually. Can we go back to the hotel? I need to tell you both everything. But not here. Somewhere private. The train pulled into Keleti station, and we disembarked into the cool Budapest night. True to Sophia's word, there was a driver waiting with a sign that said, Matthew's Party. He drove us back to our hotel in silence. In my hotel room, with Kevin and Mariana sitting on the bed, I told them everything. The pregnancy, the miscarriage, Sophia's fear and guilt, her need to give me closure before I moved forward. I held nothing back. When I finished, Mariana was crying. Kevin looked stunned. Peter, Mariana said, I'm so sorry. That's such a heavy thing to learn. I know, but honestly, I'm grateful. Not for what happened. The pregnancy and miscarriage are tragic, and I'm sad about that. But I'm grateful to finally understand. To know that when Sophia ended things, it wasn't because I was insufficient. It was because she was scared. That changes something. What does it change? Kevin asked. It changes how I see myself. For 3 years, I've carried this subtle belief that I wasn't enough for her, that I'd somehow failed. And that belief influenced how I approached relationships after that. Carefully, guardedly, always holding something back in case I got rejected again. But now I know the truth. I was enough. She was just too scared to choose it. And that frees me from that old belief. I turned to Mariana and took her hands, which means I can step into our future without any shadows, without any doubt, without any part of me holding back because I'm afraid of not being enough. Mariana, I am enough, and you are enough, and we are enough together. Sophia gave me that gift, the gift of certainty. Mariana pulled me close, and I felt her tears on my neck. I love you so much, and I'm glad she told you. I was jealous and threatened when we got here, but I'm glad this happened. You needed this closure. I did, and now I'm ready. Really, truly ready to go to Brazil and build our life together. Kevin stood up and grabbed us both in a group hug. You two are disgustingly perfect together, and I'm honored to be part of your story. But Peter, if we get any more dramatic detours between here and São Paulo, I'm gonna lose my mind. Can we please just have a normal flight tomorrow with no ex-girlfriends, no mystery trains, and no life-changing revelations? I laughed. Deal. Tomorrow we fly to São Paulo. No detours, no drama, just us and the future. First-class tickets, though, Kevin added. I'm not complaining about that part. Sophia really came through. That night, lying in bed with Mariana, I felt a peace I'd never experienced before. The past was finally settled. Sophia had given me the truth, and the truth had set me free from doubts I didn't even know I was carrying. Are you okay? Mariana whispered in the darkness. Really okay? I'm more than okay. I'm ready. For Brazil, for your family, for learning Portuguese, for building a life with you, for all of it. Even my mother, who's going to interrogate you relentlessly, even your terrifying mother. She laughed softly. Peter, yeah, thank you for letting me come with you tonight, for not shutting me out when your ex-girlfriend wanted to talk, for including me in your process instead of dealing with it alone. That's what partners do, right? We face things together, even scary ex-girlfriend conversations on mystery trains, especially those. We fell asleep holding each other, and for the first time since leaving Ljubljana, I didn't have anxiety dreams about missing flights or making wrong choices. I just slept peacefully, secure in the knowledge that tomorrow, we'd finally reach our destination. The next morning, Kevin knocked on our door at 8 with coffee and pastries. Last day in Europe, he announced. Our flight leaves at 2, which gives us exactly enough time for one more Hungarian breakfast and a walk around the city to say goodbye to this continent properly. We spent the morning exploring Budapest, walking along the Danube, taking photos in front of the Parliament building, eating langos from a street vendor, soaking in the beauty of the city we'd accidentally ended up in twice. It's fitting, I said as we stood on the chain bridge looking out at the river, that our European adventure ends here. In a city we never planned to visit, having an experience we never could have imagined. Nothing about this year has gone according to plan, Mariana said. But I think that's been the point. Plans are overrated. Sometimes you just have to follow the detours and trust they're leading you somewhere good. Speaking of which, Kevin said, pulling out his phone, I need to tell you guys something about my plans. Oh no, I said. You're not coming to Brazil with us, are you? Because as much as I love you, Mariana's apartment is not big enough for 3 people. No, nothing like that. But I have been thinking about what comes next for me. I've been traveling for almost a year now, and it's been amazing, but I'm running out of money and running out of purpose. I need to figure out what I actually want to do with my life. And, Mariana prompted, and I think I want to write about all of this, about travel, about friendship, about the weird and beautiful things that happen when you leave your comfort zone. Maybe a blog, maybe a book eventually. I don't know yet, but I know I want to tell stories. And Peter, you've given me some incredible stories this year. You're the one who saved my life in Naples, I reminded him. And you're the one who showed me that life can be more than just partying in hostels and hooking up with random girls. You showed me what real friendship looks like, what real commitment looks like. I want to write about that. Just change my name, I said, and maybe make me slightly less stupid in your version. Deal. At the airport, Kevin's flight to Athens departed an hour before ours to São Paulo. We stood at his gate, and suddenly the reality of goodbye hit all of us. This is it, Kevin said. You're really going to Brazil. I'm going back to Greece for a few weeks, then probably home to figure out my life. We're all splitting up. Not forever, I said firmly. This is just the end of this chapter. There will be more chapters. You'll visit us in São Paulo. We'll meet up somewhere else. Brothers don't just disappear from each other's lives. Brothers, Kevin repeated, and pulled me into a tight hug. Thank you for this year, man. For the adventures, for the chaos, for saving me from my own stupidity multiple times. I love you. I love you too. He hugged Mariana next. Take care of him. He needs constant supervision. I'm aware, she said, laughing through tears. And Kevin, thank you for being part of our story. For being there when we needed you. For being family. Always family. No matter where we all end up. We watched him walk through security, turning back once to wave, and then he was gone. Just like that, the trio was breaking up. Felt like the end of something important. He'll be okay, Mariana said, sensing my sadness. And so will we. This is what growing up looks like. People you love moving in different directions, but the love staying constant. When did you get so wise? I've always been wise. You just weren't paying attention. An hour later, we were boarding our own flight, São Paulo via Lisbon. First-class tickets, courtesy of Sophia's generosity and guilt and need to give me something beautiful to balance the pain she'd caused. As the plane lifted off and Budapest disappeared below us, I felt Mariana squeeze my hand. This is really it, she said. No more detours, no more delays. In 12 hours, we'll be in my country, my city, starting our actual life together. Are you nervous? Terrified, but also excited. And ready. Me too. All of those things. The flight attendant came by with champagne, the perks of first class, and we toasted. To Budapest, I said. For the mystery train and the closure and the last European adventure. To Sophia, Mariana added, surprising me. For being brave enough to tell you the truth, even when it was hard. To Kevin, I said. For being the brother I never had. To us, Mariana finished, for surviving 7 months of chaos and coming out stronger on the other side. To us, I agreed. We clinked glasses and drank, and I looked at this woman who'd chosen to love me despite all my flaws and complications and mysterious ex-girlfriends appearing on trains. She was reading a book now, Portuguese lessons already starting, preparing to teach me her language and her culture and her world. I thought about how far I'd come since leaving Chicago, about the scared, lost man I'd been and the person I was becoming, about mysteries solved and truths uncovered and loves found and lost and found again, about Kevin's friendship and Sophia's closure and Mariana's courage in choosing me, even when I was a mess. 7 months of traveling through Europe had taught me that the destination doesn't matter as much as the journey, that sometimes getting lost leads you exactly where you need to be. That love requires vulnerability, and vulnerability requires courage, and courage comes from choosing to show up even when you're scared. Budapest had been our last European test, the last ghost from my past, the last moment of doubt, the last opportunity to turn back. And we'd faced it together, processed it together, and come through it stronger. Now there was only Brazil, only the future, only the life we'd build together, one day at a time, one choice at a time, one adventure at a time. I closed my eyes as the plane carried us across Europe, across the Atlantic, towards São Paulo and whatever came next. I was ready. We were ready. The mystery train had revealed its truth. The past was settled. The future was ours to create. And whatever challenges awaited us in Brazil, language barriers, cultural differences, Mariana's terrifying mother, visa complications, all of it, we'd face them the way we'd faced everything else. Together, always together. The choice had been made. The journey continued, and I couldn't wait to see where it led. End of Season 1. Peter and Mariana are finally on their way to Brazil, with the past settled and the future bright with possibility. But will São Paulo be the fresh start they're hoping for? Or will new challenges test their relationship in ways they never expected? Season 2 begins in Brazil, where everything changes